It's the coolest kid in Old Trafford, and Manchester United are level.
That is magnificent. Not the first touch. It was this one now. Look at that. He just chops it onto his right foot. I think we've seen him do it. Was it against Liverpool? It's brilliant.
I tell you what, Rio, we were together the night he did it at Molyneux against Wolves when he kept his cool late on and scored like that. That position there is where Kobe Mainu lives and breathes. That's where we see his comfort.
Go and get the winner.
Well, there's every chance we're into 5 minutes of additional time. I believe in miracles. Absolutely. Let's just break for a second to remember there might be penalties yet. Here's Casemiro.
Maguire!
Into Maguire!
I told you! You're on the bench!
Oh, look! The crowd are on the pitch. Harry Maguire's just scored! And Manchester United are heading to the semi-finals on one of the most remarkable nights this stadium's ever seen in European competition. Manchester United look dead and buried, and Harry Maguire, playing centre forward, has just only what might be the winning goal.
That's the way to go. Kobe Mainu, Harry Maguire centre forwards. He's got the equaliser. I told you, Harry Maguire. He's the man. What a game.
The tears have gone, the young man smiling.
Alright, glory, glory, Man United. That was how Old Trafford erupted last night when Harry Maguire headed Manchester United into the semi-finals of the Europa League. The real remontada happened at the Theatre of Dreams last night. What a moment, what an historic night for Manchester United. A night that will forever be etched in the memory of their fans around the world. It was an incredible European night under the floodlights at Old Trafford yesterday. From elimination to qualification, from ruins to glory, from sadness to happiness, from despair to ultimate triumph. Within a blink of an eye, United turned things around in Fergie's time. And that was a Manchester United classic. The famous Manchester United are heading to the Europa League semi-finals. It wasn't just one of the greatest comebacks, but one of the greatest games in European football. A night that will definitely go down in the Manchester United history books. Glory, glory, Man United. It is on this note I say good afternoon to you sports fans wherever you are on the face of the planet listening to the sound of my voice right now. I say welcome to the freaky, funky, fabulous and fantastic Friday edition of Sport Today on Honor 103.5 FM, the Integrity Station. We are broadcasting live from Bodija in the heart of the Asian city of Ibadan. My name is Samuel Akintunde. Of course, you can call me the city boy, and I will be your host for today because Ayomiku Adeniyi is unavoidably absent as we speak. So I will be the man behind the MIC, taking you through the ever interesting, ever excited, ever competitive and controversial, heartbreaking world of sport. Glory, glory, Man United. Of course, you can join us on Facebook. It is Honor 103.5 FM to watch us live and be part of the conversation. You can drop your comment and share the program for others to enjoy as well. What do you make of Manchester United historic comeback against Lyon yesterday? Do you think that comeback can inspire them to go on and win the trophy? Knowing fully that's the only opportunity they've got to play Champions League football next season. The rest go marching on to the Europa League semi-finals. Football has its way of evoking emotional responses from the fans. We saw the moment where that young lad in the stand was crying when United were behind. And within a blink of an eye, the story changed and he was seen celebrating and rejoicing for Manchester United qualification last night. Of course, aside from Manchester United match against Lyon, we saw other games that went down across different centers in the Europa League and of course in the European Conference League. Athletic Club defeated Rangers 2-0 and they won 2-0 on aggregate to advance to the semi-final of the Europa League. Also, Frankfurt lost at home to Tottenham Hotspur. It ended 1-1 and it ended 1-2 on aggregate for Tottenham Hotspur. Also, Lazio defeated Bodo Glimt 3-1 on normal time, but the game ended 3-3 on aggregate, and it had to be set on penalty. Bodo Glimt qualified 3-2. It ended, and they become the first Norwegian side to qualify for European competition semi-finals. And at the Old Trafford Stadium yesterday, Manchester United defeated Olympic Lyon 5-4 and 7-6 on aggregate to advance to the semi-final of Europa League. Goals from the boot of Manuel Ugarte in the 10 minutes of that encounter. Dalot also doubled the lead in the 45 minutes for Manchester United. But Lyon came back and fought back to Liso 71 minutes. He has scored a goal for Lyon. And before Tagliafico equaled the scoreline in the 78th minute. The game has to be decided in the extra time, and Czechia scored the winning goal, the third goal for Lyon in 105 minutes of the encounter. Before Lacazette also scored from the penalty spot to also gave Lyon 4-2 lead. But Manchester United were on the verge of elimination before Bruno Fernandes scored the penalty in the 114 minutes of that encounter. And Kobe Mino scored the fourth goal for Manchester United to equal the tie in the 120 minutes of that encounter. Before Harry Maguire gave Manchester United the lead, the winning goal to advance to the semi-final in the 121 minutes of that encounter yesterday. It was a very big relief for Coach Ruben Amorim last night. I can't even imagine what could have been of that man if United had lost that game yesterday. After the game, Ruben Amorim spoke to the press and he said, "We tried Harry Maguire up front because he's the only one capable of scoring with his head." And lo and behold, Harry Maguire was the game changer for Manchester United. Let's take a listen to what Ruben Amorim said after that game.
How pleased are you that you was actually about to change again with goals, given the fact that you didn't really have many goals on your bench, but you made those substitutions and they had huge impact in the end?
We tried to put Harry Maguire because he's the only guy that can score a goal with his header, and then Kobe Mino he has a lack of pace in this moment because he had that injury and he stopped for a while, but he's really good on short spaces, and then he has the ability to do that kind of goal, and then we try it and sometimes it works, and today was a good day.
He said we tried it and sometimes it works. And yesterday was a very good day for Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire last 3 goals for Manchester United have all been game-winning headers in 3 different competitions. Don't forget he scored in the 93 minutes against Leicester City in the FA Cup. He also scored the winning goal in the 47 minutes against Ipswich in the Premier League. And just yesterday, he scored in the 120 minutes against Lyon for Manchester United to qualify. What a man Harry Maguire is becoming for Manchester United. Manchester United recorded a very fantastic and historic comeback against Lyon yesterday. Harry Maguire, after that goal yesterday, after the game, spoke to the press. And he also expressed his feeling after the game yesterday. Let's go straight to the Old Trafford Stadium to take a listen to the match hero. Talking about Harry Maguire, after that game he said something. I want us to listen to what he said.
Jules, I have no idea where to start with this. Harry, you just walked over here and said, we don't do things easily. That feels like quite the understatement tonight.
Yeah, obviously it's an incredible game. Yeah, we made really hard work of it, I must say. Half time, obviously 2-0 up, and we had full control. I think even of the second half, I felt like we had chances to score that third, and then they scored out of nowhere a bit of a pinball goal, and then he puts us on the back foot, and they managed to get that equaliser, and then obviously to go 4-2 down in extra time against 10 men is nowhere near good enough. We opened ourselves up too much, and they're a good team. They have some good forwards. They play great football, but we dug in and we've shown great spirit, and that's what this stadium does. And to come back like that, yeah, it's incredible performance from everyone in the final minutes.
Cobby, as you're watching that unfold, when you come on the pitch, what's the mentality like, especially when you go 4-2 down? I know this club has great comebacks in their history, not many like that though.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it was an amazing comeback. We put ourselves in that situation though, but now when I come on, I was just trying to bring energy and try and contribute to the team. They've been doing so well, and just to carry on the energy and feed off the rest of the players.
When you get the ball though on the edge of the penalty area, how do you stay so calm? I think, have we seen you do that against Liverpool? It felt very similar.
I mean, when the ball drops you in there, a yard feels like a mile in it, so you just got to try and stay as calm as you can and slot it, and look, that's what I did.
Harry, they get level. We're all watching that there thinking there might be time for a winner here. Did you believe that?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like obviously the fourth goal for them was a real sucker punch, because even going 3-2 down, I felt like we were going to get chances to come back into it. But yeah, as soon as we got the fourth, I felt like there was going to be another chance, and obviously it fell to myself, and thankfully I put it in the back of the net, and yeah, it was an amazing feeling.
Was there a nervous wait though? Because we thought they might be looking maybe at a push.
Yeah, I think he was backpedaling, but I don't think there was. I think I just held him there with my left hand. There was contact, obviously, but I don't think they were nowhere near enough for a foul. And yeah, I seen it all the way, and I guided it into that far corner.
Listen, it's not been an easy season on or off the pitch. This Europa League campaign though has been good to Manchester United. A moment like that to win the game and win the tie and go through, what can that do now for this team for the rest of the season?
I mean, of course, the performance wasn't up to the highest standard for us, but a win like that can bring so much momentum, I mean, when we're rolling the snowball, it's getting bigger and bigger, and we're trying to go all the way.
Well done, guys. Enjoy the moment. See you in Bilbao.
Thank you.
The words of Harry Maguire and also Kobe Mino, who were, the game decider for Manchester United yesterday, as they came back to actually won that game in the extra time. Last 2 minutes of the games, Kobe Mino equaled the scoreline for Manchester United before Harry Maguire headed Manchester United into the semi-final of the Europa League. Manchester United are still unbeaten in Europa this season. 12 games that they've played, they won 8 and they draw 4, 0 losses for Manchester United. And Harry Maguire said that game, can inspire them to actually go all the way and win the trophy. Of course, Kobe Mino admitted that it was a very, very poor performance from them in the second half. After going two goals up in the first half, he said they put themselves in a very tight, difficult situation, but they had to fight back and gave everything on the pitch, which of course counted at the end of the day. Within a blink of an eye, they changed the fortune of that game, and Manchester United pulled off a very, very fantastic, comeback in the history of European football. Up next for Manchester United in the semi-finals is going to be Athletic Club, and it's going to be the first game will be played in Bilbao, and that will be on the 1st of May. I mean, the final of this Europa League will be played in Bilbao. So Athletic Club, they have every motivation, they have everything to fight for, because they will be hosting the final of this tournament, and they would definitely want to get past Manchester United and want to play in the final of this competition. For Manchester United, they know that a lot is at stake for them. This is the only opportunity they've got to play in the Champions League next season. So they just have to do everything possible. They just have to stay focused on winning the Europa League and then make a Champions League qualification next season. For For Tottenham Hotspur, what a fantastic performance right then in Frankfurt in Germany. They won away from home 1-0 courtesy of Solankes. Dominic Solankes' first half penalty that gave Tottenham utmost win against Frankfurt, and they won 2-1 on aggregate, and they've advanced to the semi-final as well, where they will be taking on Bodo Glimt from Norway, the first Norwegian club to qualify for the semi-final of any European competition. Also in the UEFA Conference League last night, ladies and gentlemen, 4 games went down. Fiorentina play out 2-2 draw against Elche, but they qualify 4-3 on aggregate. And Jalenonia also played 1-1 against Real Betis, but Real Betis qualify 1-3 ended on aggregate, and Real Betis qualified to the semi-final. Also, Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge Stadium yesterday lost at home to Legia Warsaw. It ended 1-2, but the aggregate advantage for Chelsea, 4-2 on aggregate, helped them to advance to the semi-final because they won the first leg 3-0 away from home. Also, SK Rapid lost at home to Juarenget 1-4. It ended and 2-4 in favor of Juarenget, who will now play against Chelsea in the semi-final of UEFA Conference League. And it will be a battle between Fiorentina and Real Betis in the semi-final of European Conference League. I've seen so many comments about Casemiro's performance for Manchester United last night. Harry Maguire was the game winner. He was the superhero for Manchester United, and he won the Man of the Match award. But a lot of people were, saying that Casemiro dropped a masterclass performance, even when a lot of people believe that this guy is finished. But the older the wine, the sweeter it gets. It's just so very, very, comfort on the ball. He was directly involved in 3 late goals scored in the second half of the extra time for Manchester United. And aside from the fact that his work rate of the ball was very, very excellent, man was just running through the channel, winning tackles, and also covering the ground for Manchester United. What the performance from Casemiro yesterday, he was everywhere on the pitch yesterday. For Tottenham Hotspur, their manager, talking about Ange Postecoglou, also reacted after that victory against Frankfurt yesterday in Germany, and he said, don't forget, he said it in the first season that he normally wins trophy in his second season. This is the second season as the manager of Tottenham Hotspur, and now they are into the semi-finals of the Europa League. They will also fancy their chances of getting to the final, and probably maybe they can get their hands on the trophy, but they have to first of all get past Bodo Glimt from Norway, who, of course, like I told you, they become the first Norwegian side to qualify for semi-final of any European competition. But wait and see how Tottenham would definitely play against Bodo Glimt. If they can get past Bodo Glimt, maybe we definitely have 2 English teams in the final. Maybe Manchester United can also, defeat talking about Athletic Club. And if Manchester United win against Athletic Club in the semi-final and Tottenham Hotspur defeats Bodo Glimt, then we can have 2, English sides competing for Europa League final. Moving away from the European scene, let's come back home. Let's talk about our own very own league. Talking about Nigerian Premier Football League. Don't forget, action returns tomorrow in the MPFL Matchday 34. It is tomorrow. We have Lobby Stars up against Rangers International, the reigning champions, at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium right here in Enugu. Of course, it's going to be like an home match for Rangers because the game will be played on their home soil right here at the Cathedral Stadium in Enugu. Of course, in Yimba, the People's Elephant will also be at home, and they will welcome the Seoul Misugira side of Kano. Kano Pillars will travel all the way from Kano to Aba to take on Yimba FC 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. And Castina, we welcome Abia Warriors. Abia Warriors, who are currently third on the league and are pushing for continental football. They will travel away from home to Castina to play at the Muhammadu Diko Stadium in Castina against Castina United. On Sunday, it will be Niger Tornadoes versus Bayelsa United at the APS Stadium right in Kaduna, while Academy Warriors will be at the Academy Warriors Stadium in Maiduguri, and they will welcome Oga Boys, the Ikorodu City, 4 p.m. Nigerian time. Also at the Dan Ayam Stadium right in Owerri, it will be a battle between Atlant FC and Kwara United of Ilorin. Why at the Adokie Amesia Marker Stadium in Port Harcourt, Rivers United, the second place team on the log, we welcome Sunshine Stars of Akure, and the game will go down exactly 4 p.m. on Sunday. Our Shooting Stars will be at the Lekon Salami Stadium. Behind closed door, they will welcome Remo Stars, the league leader, and the match will go down 4 p.m. Nigerian time on Sunday. While Plateau United will welcome Aqua United to the New Jos City Stadium in Jos. And at the Samuel Bemudia Stadium in Benin City, it will be Bendel Insurance up against Nasarawa United, 5:30 Nigerian time on Sunday. Currently, the Raymond Stars are topping the Nigerian Premier Football League table with 62 points. Rivers United second on the log with 55 points, while Abia Warriors are very, very behind them with 53 points. Ikorodu City sits fourth on the log with 52 points. After match day 33, Bendel Insurance are fifth on the log with 49 points. Shooting Stars have been moved to sixth position with 48 points. The battle for survivor is still on between Castina United, Aqua United, and Sunshine Stars. And don't forget, Lobby Stars have relegated. They've been confirmed relegated from the Nigerian Premier Football League to NNL for the very first time in their club history. So between Academy Warriors, who are currently 15 on the log with 42 points, Atlant FC with 41 points, 16 on the log, and Castina United also with 41 points, 17 on the log, and Aqua United with 38 on the log, with 38 points, 18 on the log, and then you have Sunshine Stars of Akure, 19 on the log with 38 points. Any of these teams can still relegate. Of course, in the Spanish La Liga tonight, one game will go down between Espayon and Getafe by 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And also in the French Ligue 1, Rennes will take on Nantes by 7:45 p.m. Of course, in the Premier League, English Premier League, we've got some interesting fixtures coming tomorrow. Brentford will be at home and they will welcome Brighton and Hove Albion 3 p.m. Nigerian time. While Crystal Palace will welcome Bournemouth to the Selhurst Park at exactly 3 p.m. Nigerian time. Everton will host Manchester City 3 p.m. West Ham United will also welcome relegated Southampton 3 p.m. to the London Stadium. Aston Villa will be at the Villa Park and they will welcome Newcastle, who are currently third on the log. 5:30 Nigerian time. That game is going to be very, very interesting. Aston Villa up against Newcastle. Two teams are pushing for UEFA Champions League football next season. Barcelona will be at home tomorrow and they will welcome Celta Vigo at 3:15 p.m. Nigerian time. While Las Palmas will welcome Atletico de Madrid at exactly 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Of course, on Sunday, Chelsea will travel to the Craven Cottage to play Fulham at exactly 2 p.m. Nigerian time. And Arsenal will also travel to Ipswich to take on Ipswich Town at exactly 2 p.m. Manchester United will be at Old Trafford to welcome Wolverhampton Wanderers at exactly 2 p.m. Nigerian time on Sunday. And the last game for the match day 33 match day 33 in the English Premier League will be between Liverpool and Leicester City. They will travel to Leicester to take on Leicester City. The game between Liverpool and Leicester City at the King's Power Stadium on Sunday will be at exactly 4:30 p.m. Liverpool are closer to win the Premier League title this season. They are getting closer every game, and a win for them will make them to get closer. I mean, maybe their next 2 games, if they can win their next 2 games, they will definitely be the champions already for this season Premier League title. Very quickly before I sign out, let me quickly acknowledge some messages on Facebook. Jola Osho Henry, I said good afternoon, watching you live from Arrow Market. Thank you for joining Arsenal. Thank God it's Friday. Thank you for joining Vinicius Jr. Okay, I saw that message. Adesakin Jesunite, he said good afternoon. Thank you for joining the program. This is how far we can go today on Sport Today on Honor 103.5 FM, the Integrity Station. Thank you for joining the program. We'll be back tomorrow on Sport Arena. It will be 10 p.m. to 1 p.m. Nigerian time. Hopefully, Ayomiko will be back tomorrow to, of course, take you through the ever interesting and exciting world of sports. Samuel Akintunde is my name. You can call me the City Boy. Thank you for joining the conversation. Thank you for being part of the program. I'll see you tomorrow. Of course, never drop the ball. Know that never drop the ball. The game is far from over. Just like we saw yesterday at the Old Trafford Stadium, you never can tell. The game is far from over until the very end. Never drop the ball. The game is far from over.